Well, hello, everybody. Here is an example of something that I think is pretty easy to use once you get the hang of it. And I find that very few people that I work with that use Excel regularly are aware of how to move around and navigate. Most people will go over here and grab the scroll bar and move to the bottom and scroll, scroll, scroll. Well, it's not too bad when you've got 2,525 rows, but let's say you have 315,000. That's pretty maddening. So let's say I want to go to the very top. I can certainly scroll here and click on A because I've already got that frozen. So maybe one of the fastest ways is make sure you freeze your panes and you can go right to the top just by clicking on the frozen cell A1. But if I want to go to the bottom, that's a bit trickier. So I'm going to hold the control button. So I'm going to hold the control button and I'm going to hit end. Now, I'll tell you, this might be a little different on each keyboard. Depends if your ed is embedded as a function or if it's its own key. So I have to actually hold the function button since I don't have a dedicated end key. But on computers with dedicated numeric keypads, you'll usually find a home and an end key. But again, control home takes me to the top left, the very first record that's not frozen. If I want to highlight an entire column, it's pretty easy. I'm going to use the Shift and Control buttons together. So holding Control and Shift, I'm just going to hit the navigational arrow down. It's going to highlight everything where there's not a gap. Now, if there is a gap, be aware of this. Control Shift up stops here. Likewise, I move to cell D1. Control Shift down stops there as well. Why did it do that? Oh, let's see. It's because I'm trying to find my undo button. It's because we have a blank. So these functions only work where you've got continuous groups of data, no blank columns, no blank rows, and no blank cells. But it's a great way to highlight entire spreadsheets. If you do this, the little triangular thing next to A1, and I'm going to find out what the name for that is, you actually highlight the entire spreadsheet, which is going to give you a lot of dead columns, dead rows if you're trying to copy. So Control Shift right navigational arrow, Control, and I'm still holding Control and Shift, and I go all the way up, and now I've highlighted the entire spreadsheet. And for me, I always hit Control C if I want to copy it. That's some of the quickest ways to move around Excel. So take a few minutes, practice if you haven't done this, and you'll find that it makes it much, much easier and less frustrating than using this scroll tool. Look for more content on the next episode. Like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like more tips and tricks.